That's a really small place, and I needed to get outside and find a restroom to use. So it was just too small and too hectic in there um, to carry on with a live stream. So I'm out in search of some facilities, a restroom, and I'm having to go down the block. And again, this is pretty old school Seoul. Um, this probably hasn't changed very much in 30, 40 years. Um, and so, yeah, I just thought I would carry on the live stream, going down a completely nondescript street. Who knows, maybe an alley or two. On my way to, they told me there would be a restroom at a playground over here somewhere. So this is something that we see this time of year. Things drying in the sun. Of course, there's no sun right now, but things set out to dry. That looks to be what they call danhobak. It's a sweet pumpkin. Red chili peppers, of course. And yeah, this is off the beaten path, nondescript sidewalk in far northern Seoul. So first I'm going to find this. Oh, here we're making 알타리. 총각 김치 만들어요? 아, 예, 감사합니다. Okay, so yeah, nothing fancy here. Just work a day, sort of blue collar. Seoul. Not the kind of thing that you see. Oh, these are interesting. These are called mungge. And as far as I know, these are only eaten in Korea and Japan. Now, they're actually animals. In many ways, they're like plants. They don't locomote, they don't move around, they attach themselves to rocks and other things, kind of like barnacles or something. But technically they're animals. And they're eaten raw as a kind of sashimi. And they have a very peculiar taste. They're called mungge. Long-suffering Mrs. loves those. Again, person watching, this is just, this is not Gangnam style. This is Northern Seoul. Just very nondescript, typical street in Northern Seoul. Hey, if Josh is watching, Josh, I just want you to know I saw your live stream. Yeah, so long-suffering Mrs. is in a very small, what they call a tteokbokki jeep. Very tiny little joint run by an ancient grandma. And I don't really like that food, and I had to get out of there, and I'm in search of a restroom. So if you're just joining, this is Northern Seoul, far Northern Seoul, Gangnam-gu, or Jungnam-gu, Northern Seoul. Nondescript street. This is not Gangnam style. This is just everyday, normal Seoul, Korea. Here's a playground. Here's the old grannies hanging out. Might as well stroll through the playground. 안녕하세요. Yeah. This is what most of Seoul really looks like. You see kind of the ultra modern K-pop Korea. That's what you see in the mainstream media, I guess, in the culture that's promoted. But this is 99% of it right here. So as long as I got a couple of people watching, I guess I can hold off on the pit stop here for a few minutes. Might as well stroll down an alley. Most streets will have these kiosks. It's a holiday, so a lot of them are closed, but you'll have kiosks where you can get snacks and slushies. There's slushies, and a lot of people ride bikes, and just some things that you see on every street. Let's see, a cafe. That's a Chicken Hof, and that's where you get your world famous Korean fried chicken and draft beer. Let me see. There's a karaoke room right there. There's a hardware store right there. This is just as old school as you get. Chicken feet. There's a chicken feet joint. You get your chicken feet boneless or bone in. Right there is oh, that's a shaman. Those flags mean that this person inside is a shaman, and you don't mess with the shamans. They're not to be trifled with. That may sound superstitious to you, but it just happens to be the way things are here. Dry cleaner. Let me see. Tongdak, that's whole chicken. Get your whole fried chicken. What is this? That's a drinking place. A suljip. That's for drinking. Yeah, rice. And yeah, again, nothing special. This is just local color. This is as everyday as it gets up here in Northern Seoul. So, my wife, my long-suffering missus, she saw this place on the internet. Might as well take a stroll down a side alley here. These little places get renowned on the internet in people's blogs, and apparently this granny's little hole in the wall tteokbokki restaurant is renowned for its sauce, which apparently is not okay. This is a dead end. Apparently, this sauce is not made from factory made gochujang, but it's the real thing that the granny makes, which does have its own unmistakable flavor, real gochujang. I should know. I've been married for over 15 years, and my mother-in-law used to make the real stuff herself. So I can understand why she wanted to come and try it out. And then after this, we're going to go driving around, looking in the mountains. So I may do another live stream later on, who knows. But I'm going to have to wrap this one up here in a minute because I need to go make a pit stop and get back to her because it's rude to leave her eating alone too long. Okay, so I better get back. Again, just a snapshot of normal, everyday, non-Gangnam style Seoul in a district in the north of Seoul, very far north, called Jungnam-gu. And yeah, that's it. And once again, Josh, if you're watching, I saw your live stream last night, and I sent you an email. I don't know if the emails are getting through. They're funny that way sometimes. So, just had to throw that in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna sign off for now. Oh, so up there, I used to live in those things. Up on the top of that, you can see there's a little red brick cubicle on top of that building. Before I got married, that's the way I used to live. I used to live in those tiny little things. They're cheap. and they usually have a good view and some garden space right up there. It's called an oksang or an oktapbang, and my wife still calls me oktapbang ajushi sometimes. Ajushi means like Mister. Somebody's got a little solar power going there, and yeah, these houses are probably, some of them at least 50 years old. But this is how a large percentage of Koreans live. Just like this, just little neighborhoods like this. So, okay. Well, 4 people watching. Amazing. Yeah, if you didn't manage, if you want to see what came before this, later on today, I will, once I stop the live stream, it'll go private. And then once I have a chance, I'll switch it to public and I'll give it a title. And you can come back and see it from the beginning. But anyways, I'm going to sign off and get back to her in the restaurant. The tiny little, it's so tiny, I just couldn't live stream from there for very long. Okay, maybe more later today. This is it from Jungnam-gu, Seoul. Over and out.